Hello, my name is Linda Gilden, and I'm the director of the Carolina Christian Writers Conference. And in just a few days, we'll be seeing you, and we'll be so glad when you get here. We have been praying for each of you by name and just dreaming with you about the projects that you want to have published somewhere. And we're hoping that one of the editors or publishers here will be the ones who can pick it up and make it real for you, make your dream come true. We're excited and just can't wait for these next few days to go by. I'm going to give you just a few reminders and uh, a few things of information that you can take and just begin to get ready for the conference. All of this will be on the website if you would prefer to read it there. But for now, I'd like to encourage you to do that. But also, I'm going to tell you what it is you need to especially pay attention to. First of all, before you come to the conference, I urge you to study the faculty. You may know a lot of them already, but to find out their names and put their faces with them is very important, and it will help you when you get there. Studying the faculty bios will help you get to know the people who are coming and who are going to be here. It will also help you to know exactly what they are looking for. How can they help you? Do they publish what you want to sell to them for your manuscript? So look at those things, read them carefully, and then that will help you to decide which person you should meet with. It's always fun to make new friends, and these publishers, these editors are particularly wonderful, encouraging, and are looking forward to meeting you just as much as you are looking forward to meeting them. After you've studied the faculty, look at the schedule. The schedule is now posted. Don't take it to heart yet because we're going to be working on it tonight and tomorrow. But as soon as we have it ready, it will be in its final form. And you can look and see who you might have an appointment with that could be helpful to you. So as you study the faculty, look at the schedule, look at the classes you feel like will benefit you. Look at the schedule and when they occur, when those classes occur, and make sure you don't have any overlapping classes because everybody wants to do everything and it's just not possible. So if you would like, you may come in earlier on Friday and join us. The faculty will be milling around. We have a wonderful class called How to Use AI in Your Writing. Rhonda Robinson of Focus on the Family will be teaching that to us. And I'm particularly excited about that because I feel like I need to understand the AI thing. So take a look at that. That is a class that lasts for 2 hours. And there is an extra charge for that of $45, but it's not too late to sign up. So if you'd like to join Rhonda Robinson, please just call and talk to Kay at the church. Email me and I'll make sure you get your name in the pot. And be prepared for a wonderful class there. While that is going on, other of the faculty will just be milling around, getting to know people, talking with people. And if you don't want to miss classes for your appointment, you might stop by between about 10:30 and 11:30 and see what you can learn or who you could have an extra meeting with that morning. And that will help you out a little bit with your time classes and your time for classes. The way that our appointments work is pretty similar to how all appointments work at conferences. When you get into a class that you wanted to take, go right on in, stay for all the class parts that you can, and then slip out when it's your appointment time, and then slip back in when your appointment time is over. This is not something that people are going to look at you going out the door and think, well, he or she must not like the class. That's not it at all. The faculty realizes that you need to, and you want to hear all the classes. And so be sure and just walk out the door quietly, slip out, and then slip back in when you come back. And you'll get the full feeling of that, of your class. One thing we're doing new this year, we are having our handouts in a password protected mailbox, and we will be sending that to you or giving it to you at the conference so that you will have access to all the handouts and all the things that are used in other classes. So please don't hesitate to do that. We'll have the code at the conference for that. And then we will move on to the next thing. What do you need to bring to the conference? Well, I first learned at my first conference that I needed something very serious to write on. And so what I started to do, every conference I went to, and there have been many, I put the name of the conference on the outside of a blank notebook. Can be whatever size notebook that you would like. And then I take the faculty who I have already studied and I put the name at the top of the people in that area I would like to see and what I have that might fit their magazine or their publishing house. That way I know what I was going to pitch to them. If I have specific questions, I write those down as well. And then I write the answers to the questions as the publisher gives them to me. That way I have all that information there. And it helps me not to forget who said what, because honestly, there's so many great people there at the conference that you're going to have something to help you remember who said what, because it's difficult to remember that. And I don't want to forget when somebody says to me, please send me this manuscript. You don't want to forget that. You want to make sure when you get home, you start working immediately on that. So anyway, when I get my notebook ready, I look at my wardrobe and I think, I probably need some comfy shoes and I probably need some comfy clothes. Comfy is the word here. I don't want anybody to be so distracted by what they have on that doesn't feel comfortable that they are just totally distracted from their workshop. Don't do that. Be comfortable as you come in to the workshop in something you'd like to keep on all day. And I think that will help you as well. If you have business cards, be sure and bring them. If you don't, you can buy a package of business cards and type on them yourself and carry them with you. All they need is the information. How to contact you if they like your manuscript. You know, how to say something to you about how you can make it better. Or whatever they would like to comment, you could actually do that through the manuscript or through a business card. You don't have to go to Office Depot or someplace that's very expensive. Or you can order them like from from Vistaprint, from any of the business websites online. However, we're getting pretty close to the deadline to be ordering those. And so just keep in mind, business cards are essential. And I would recommend that you put your photo on there because it gives you a visual for your publisher, editor, freelance writers that meet with you. You need that visual. They go to a lot of conferences. So help them out by having your photo on your business cards. If you have a one sheet for your manuscript or for your book idea, please make one of those that you can show to the publishers or the editors. It's just a one sheet, like it says, one piece of paper. And on that paper, you would put a summary of your book, a short bio of you, a picture of you, perhaps a small sample of your book, or you may even want to spread it out a little more. And if it's a devotion book, put one devotion on it. You can use the front and back if you like. it's always available for you to use. Most of the time, the one sheet is just a one-sided sheet. It tells them your target audience. Who are you writing this book? And how old are they? And what is it that they're looking for? So take time to think about those things and to let them know that you know what your target audience is. And that's important because you need to know who you're writing for. So if you want to make a one sheet, search online. There's plenty of places that will show you how to make a one sheet. People will have one sheets that will be on the freebie table. And the freebie table is just some place that you can put freebies. In other words, business cards, one sheets, things that would advertise what you do. You may not be a publisher, you may be a typesetter, you may be do some other aspect of the publishing business. And so if you want to bring cards that advertise your business, they will go on the freebie table and people can pick them up and put them in their pockets. So the next time they need someone to do that and to help them, editors, publishers, typesetters, um, designers, all of those things people do on a freelance basis. So don't let that bother you. Just put your card out there if you do something like that, and we'll all be able to benefit from it. Now, I mentioned comfy clothes and shoes and putting your photo on your one sheet and on your business card. We will have Julie Wojcik there, who is a professional photographer, and Julie will be taking headshots for you. And if you want to know about that, check our website. It's got Julie's name, her biography, and it also has a chart that she made for appointments. So if you could just sign up ahead of time, that will help Julie out, and it will help you too because you'll know what it is, what time it is that you want to have your headshot made. Some people like to do it first thing in the morning. Some people think it's too early. So just look at her chart and see what it is that she could do for you. She's a great photographer. Okay, one of the other things that I wanted to mention too about the headshots, they will work the same way that the other the appointments do. You'll have an appointment with her, you'll come in, you'll come out, and you're done. They'll be done on premises and they'll be done in the upstairs on the second floor of the hangar. The hangar is not at the main church. The hangar is behind the church or beside the church on the left side if you're facing the church. We have lots of rooms where we can meet for classes in there, and we have lots of things that are available to us there. There's a snack bar. There are extra places to sit. There's an auditorium, and that's where we'll be having praise and worship and our keynote speakers. By the way, our keynote speaker is Robert Whitlow. And if you do not know him, if you have not read his books, I would highly recommend that you do that. Robert is just a very kind man who has gone from being an attorney to a writer. And that works well. It worked well for John Grisham. It works well for Robert Whitlow. But I would encourage you to look up his website and find out a little bit about him before you get there. He's just a wonderful encourager, and he wants to help you and me to make our writing better. That's his whole reason for coming. He said, I don't really want to talk about myself. I want to see how I can help these writers. And honestly, that is the reason that we're all there. We are there to help you and to help you match your manuscript with a publisher or someone else. So our dreams for you are probably the same dream that you have for yourself. And we'd like to help you make those dreams come true. The bookstore will be located just as you come in the door behind registration. And if you have books, you are welcome to bring your books to the conference and put them in the bookstore, which we will have them on tables for sale. There is an inventory form on the website, and it will help us so much if you would fill that out before you came. We just need to know how many books of each title that you bring and how many copies you're going to put in the bookstore. We need to know what the price is, and please, please, please round your price to the nearest dollar. That's the easiest way for us to keep up with it, is by selling them all for a price that is on the dollar and not having to have change. So feel free to fill out your form, bring it with you, and we will keep the books in the bookstore for you. We will put the boxes under the table if we don't put them all out. We have a fairly large bookstore, and we would love to share it with you and to share your books with other people. I'd love to ask you to be praying for the conference. Every year there's something different that comes up that's maybe at the last minute that's just such a good thing and a good idea, and we couldn't implement it this year, but maybe next year we can. We've been praying for you. We've been praying for our faculty, and we are so excited for everyone who's coming this time. If it's your first conference, please don't hesitate to walk in and just introduce yourself to others, and let us introduce ourselves to you, and we'll all have name tags so we can see who we are. It's just such an enjoyable thing to be with people who are of like mind and who want in their heart to share Jesus with the world through print. It has always been such a joy for me. And everybody doesn't write the same way. Everybody doesn't write the same genre. But we all have a message in our hearts that God has given us. And I would ask you to pray about that as you get your stuff together and your things that you want to show publishers. And then pray as you meet with him. Allow God to show you who the person is that he wants you to meet with, because he's got the best ideas and he knows what he wants to happen with your work. So please pray for yourselves, your friends who are coming, pray for the faculty and the staff, and pray for the leadership as well. It gets pretty hectic around here about this time of day, about this time before the conference. So we will look forward to seeing you in about 10 days or so, and getting to know you, getting to know what you write or what you would like to write. And pray that God would lead you to some people who you can network with. You may be writing a medical thriller, but you aren't a medical person. In that case, make friends with a medical person while you're there and ask your questions to them, because they would have the expertise to get you on the right track. Again, thank you for being there with us next week. Thank you for all the many notes that we've gotten of encouragement. And if you have any more questions, feel free to email me at linda@lindagilden.com. I don't want anybody to walk in and think, well, I couldn't find the answer to this question. We may have it, and we'll be happy to share it with you. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.